Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Thomas Taylor III coming to you live from Lawrenceville, Georgia, this great Sunday morning. Not going to try to hold you guys too long this morning. I kind of want to be brief and kind of to the point. Again, my name is Thomas Taylor III. I just want to take a few minutes and just kind of encourage you and challenge you at the same time, you guys. So this morning, what I want to talk about is something that I call the 3p's, right? I want to get a little bit deep with it because I want to really kind of talk to you about what it means to me. So the 3p's are pain, purpose, and positioning. I'm going to say it again. Pain, purpose, and positioning. So what that looks like for me is the pain. The pain for me, you guys, was actually growing up without a father. Okay? Now, I didn't realize how painful it was until after I grew up and I looked back and I realized the issues and challenges and the pain that it actually caused. All right? So, this Sunday morning, I want you to take a little time and I want you to think about what pain in your life have you gone through that actually prevented you and stopped you from reaching your highest potential? Ooh, I'll say it again. What pain in your life have you gone through? And slow down, take a moment and think about it. And that pain actually caused you to stop living. Where you waking up every morning, every day, you're existing. You're not really living to reach your maximum potential, you guys. What I want you to do is, I want you to write that down. Just shut that down. Why? Because when you write it down, ladies and gentlemen, it stops moving. And then later on, I'll help you develop a plan to get through it. But again, what pain have you gone through in your life that you feel actually prevented you from reaching your highest potential? Now, outside of that is the purpose, right? So for me, for me, my purpose was birthed out of my pain. And what I mean by that is because I grew up without a father and kind of really didn't realize the level of magnitude that it affected me, I started to converse, you guys. I started to talk to other people about it. And out of that came my purpose. So in 2012, I got together and actually created a website called growingupwithoutafather.org. Why? To help those like me who actually grew up without a father and can go to a non-threatening place, which is the internet, sit behind your computer, and just talk about how that pain made them feel, you guys. I got countless stories that come through my website. I remember one where they had sent in where a young man remember when he was about 5 or 6 years old, and he was sitting on a step, you guys, waiting for his father to come and pick him up. Guess what? He never came. And now that man was about 60 years old, and he's going through a lot of pain and a lot of trauma in his life. But when asked the question, how did it make you feel? He went right to it, right? Right to that day. Why? Because that pain caused him, let's say, separation anxiety, right? He had some challenges with his own, demeanor and purpose, things of that nature, right? Not realizing, you guys, that there's things that we've gone through in our life that cause pain that ultimately can be our purpose. So for me, again, that pain of growing up without a father, you guys, created my purpose. And my purpose was, again, to help those men and women who grew up without a father. Now, that's a lot of individuals, you guys, because sometimes when I say that, people think that, it only involves those who physically grew up without their father, but it doesn't. It also incorporates a lot of people whose father actually was physically present, but emotionally absent, you guys. Ooh. I'm going to say it again. Physically present there every day. But emotionally, there was no transfer, right? There was nothing that was being taught to help them move along in life now, right? So pain, then purpose, right? So again, if you read, I read Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. And if you turn to page 17, you guys, the first thing in that book, page 17, he says, it's not about you. That this life that we live is not about us. Now, I'm going to go back. So the pain that I went through growing up without a father, you guys, you mean to tell me wasn't about me? Ooh. And you see, that's where we get stuck. Because we think that the pain that we actually, either gone through or going through is about us. And sometimes we can't get out of our own way. So when I moved forward, what I realized was that pain actually was to help somebody else. But in order for me to get there, I had to get out of my own way, you guys. So just ask yourself, how many of us that's watching this are actually in our own way? And we may not even realize it, right? But we're actually sabotaging our own future because we're not taking the things that happen to us to springboard to help somebody else. See? Because ultimately, you guys, that's really what it's about. Okay. So the last P is positioning. Okay. So how do you take the pain and the purpose and position yourself? Now when I talk about positioning, I'm talking about positioning yourself in the marketplace, right? Because now in this information age, in this WWW worldwide, you guys, everybody's jockeying for position, right? Like you can't turn on nothing. You can't go to a website without that website following you wherever you go, you guys. All right. So part of the reasoning of that is positioning, right? So what are you doing to position yourself in the marketplace to help somebody else, either from a nonprofit standpoint or from a profit standpoint, one or the other? Why? Because what happens is you can actually help people from a nonprofit standpoint or profit standpoint based upon your pain if you attach your pain to your purpose. All right? Because what that does is it positions you in the marketplace as the authority. Why? Because nobody else experienced your pain, you guys. Not the pain, your pain. Because sometimes we say to ourselves, man, I want to do this, but I see other people in the marketplace doing that. Well, guess what, you guys? They're not going to do it like you. I promise you, they're not going to do it like you. And I have countless examples of people that's actually in the marketplace crushing it, you guys, while there's other people in the marketplace doing that same, whatever it is that they're doing the same thing. For example, I got a brother who does embroidery. Now, how many of you guys know people that do embroidery? But nobody does embroidery like this brother does, right? He has a business called Grown Man Business, right? And he does embroidery, right? So whatever it is, you guys, that you actually feel that you can do, don't worry about who else is out there in the marketplace, because I guarantee you, nobody's gonna do it like you, right? Then I got other brothers out there in apparel business, right? First Step Crazy, doing apparel, right? My coach, Sean Rice, he's into the branding business. Now, there's a lot of people out there doing branding, but I promise you, this brother is the king of branding, right? Why? Because he understands his purpose. And regardless of how many people you guys are out there doing what you feel it is that you want to do, guarantee you, there's nobody doing it like you, right? So again, this coming week, what I want you to focus on is those 3P's, you guys. It's pain, understanding your pain, and then purpose, and then positioning. Because when you position yourself in the marketplace, you guys, people will only hear your voice. People will only see you. Why? Because you have what they're looking for. But if we don't ever, you guys, and I humbly ask you, if we don't ever get out of our own way, we will never ever discover those individuals that God has ordained and placed on this earth and assigned to you and me to help. And don't worry about the competition, because if you understand these three things, there is no competition, you guys. Well, look, my name is Thomas Taylor III. I didn't want to keep you too long. But again, like I said before, I'm going to move my Facebook Lives to another platform that I'm working on, probably in that June time frame. You guys creating a beautiful website, right? So we can have these type of discussions, be a little bit more interacting. I'm also working with a good friend of mine, Stephen Wicks. He has a business called blackbusinesslist.com, right? It's called blackbusinesslist.com. Go and check him out. We're creating a platform and a channel on there, you guys, where I can do more inspiration, on a more consistent level, as well as working on a podcast, you guys. So a lot is coming from this. Again, right? For those who've been following me from the beginning, I started because my coach challenged us in January to go live in February. Now here it is, we sliding into May, you guys, and it's been a wonderful ride. So again, my name is Thomas Taylor III, and you can follow me on Facebook, Thomas Taylor III, as well as Instagram, Thomas Taylor III, Taylor Your Dreams, you guys. And if you want to email me, like if you have topics that you feel you want to discuss and talk about, because we can kind of get a little bit deeper on Facebook, you can email me at tyd@tayloryourdreams.com. That's tyd@tayloryourdreams.com. Well, you guys, I appreciate your time. Again, 3P's, you guys. Until then, this is Thomas Taylor III. Go out there and make it a great day.